Hi, my name's Lisa, and welcome to my craft room. So, how's everybody doing? Today is a good day. It's Friday, yay. And it's snowing. It snowed a little bit overnight, so everything looks pretty outside. And I thought I would just come in here and do a finish parade. So, how this is going to go is it's in no order because I didn't write anything down. I had to go back and rewatch my videos to try to see or try to remember all of the things that I finished last year. And so by finish, I mean, I could have stitched it a while ago, like 2 or 3 years ago even, but I'm just finally putting it into a frame or making it into a pillow or, you know, fully finishing it. And so I either did that in 2024 or I completely started it to finish. One of those two options. So, and some of the framed pieces, there's two that I'm kind of iffy on. I'm almost positive that I finished them in 23, but I framed them in 24. But anyway, it's basically just trying to keep a record of how long I've stitched something, or, you know, trying to just keep a documentation for myself. And hopefully you'll have some fun watching it while you're stitching anyway. So, and like I said, it's in no order. I'm just gonna pretty much grab the first things in the pile and move back. So, one of kind of my more recent finishes was my little Swan tray. I had wanted to do some little vignettes because I have a lot of framed pieces, but I wanted something really pretty to be in front of the framed pieces on the table or, you know, on areas here in my craft room. So I had started with a little drum. And it kind of morphed into a bigger tray. So one of the finishes that I have on here is a previous drum. This is the first drum I ever did. It's called Indigo Lane by With Thy Needle and Thread. And I watched Vanna Pfeiffer's tutorial. And anyway, I'm real happy with the way it turned out. It's funny, I think my first drum was my best. I've ever since then, I've made my circles a little bit too big for my stitched piece. But anyway, I felt like my drum needed, or my tray needed, a little bit more height. And I remember I had this in my dining room, and so I went and grabbed it to go in my little display. Let me see if I can get everything to stand back up. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to. If I put, that might work. Okay, so here is my little Swan tray. I made, I went into one of my Blackbird books, and wherever she had, or they had little alphabets so that you could personalize things, I just decided to hurry and stitch those up just as some little filler things. There was a little motif that I liked, so I just put it around a little round cardboard, and she had a couple strawberries in there, so I stitched up a couple strawberries. Oh, and then this was a previous finish also. This is Quaker Strawberry, I think, by Erica Michaels. And then I just took some lace and went around some clothespins and put some wooden spools up. But anyway, so I was real happy with how that turned out. I'd had this Swan tray from a thrift store, for years. And I just never knew what to put on it. But anyway, so I'm real happy with the way that turned out. And hopefully that will stay there and not fall down. Okay. And if you just watched my floss tube update that I did, you'll see my drum that I made. And like I say, like this bottom is a little bit too big. But it's funny, you don't really figure it out until you already have it stitched on there. And then it's like, I think it's good enough. So anyway, this was Early Christmas Morning by Blackbird Design. And like I said the other day, or yesterday when I did my floss tube, it was meant to be a real short thing and it had stitching around it. I didn't do that. And I wanted mine to be down in garland and I didn't want it to get lost. So I made it higher, but I kind of made it too high. But anyway, it's done. And I also did Love and Joy Come to You by Heartstring Samplery. And I have that on a little easel behind my drum. So, okay. And I'm sorry, my chair is going to squeak every time I turn. It's just how it is. Okay, and then I finished the stitching on Witch Witch by, I think this is La-Di-Da. I didn't go try to find all my charts and things. I just wanted it to be a simple video. So if you have questions, just leave me a comment and I will try to I'll try to find out any details you need to know. And I know some of these I just showed, but they're just high. They're just at the top of the pile. This is a Blackbird Design Polk County. I didn't do the writing at the bottom. I just made it into a simple pillow. And it needed something, so I put a little bow on it. I finished the Snow Globe by Shannon Christine. It's a freebie. Real fun stitch. I was going to make it into a pillow, but I'm going to rethink my strips around there. I did a Pinker and Pumpkin freebie. Give Thanks pillow from Primrose Cottage, a freebie. I made a bunch of stitching mats for retreats, and I sold some of them on my Instagram account, which is Lisa Abby 9137, where I do some sales of some of the things that I create. And so it was like a sunflower theme, and so I made some little pillows to go with those for like a pin cushion to go on the little whoops. So I ended up stitching this 4 times. But this is a really fun stitch. I think it's Heart in Hand. I think it's just called Bee Pocket. Okay. Talk about a mess when I get done here. Okay, I had done the Spring and Winter ABCs by Little House Needleworks. So, and I did the Needleworker one also. So that just meant I had 2 more that I needed to do. And so I was able to get those finished. I got the summer and the fall one done. And so I have them just, see if I can show you without too much of a thing. I have like a shutter like this out in my kitchen, and I keep the needle one in here all the time, but the seasonal ones I change, and so like I said, they're out in my kitchen. So I just have to, I just have them on the same linen so that they would measure the same. But anyway, so I just need to finish those. I finished the Milk and Cream Company by Plum Street. So I got this one finished. I'm in process of doing the wool and flax co, and I plan on putting those in frames that match and have them together. This is a Pinker and Pumpkin salt box that she has. I think it's Aunt Betty's something or other. I just love this one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Most of the other ones I have in frames. And I think I had done those previously, so I didn't bring those over. But anyway, love Melissa's designs, and she's so generous to give it to us for free. So generous. Okay. And then I did a freebie by Sabrosa. And I'm pretty sure I finished that last year. And wasn't sure how I wanted to finish it. I didn't really want a pillow, so I put it on one of these little wooden spools and then glued it onto a metal lid. And then I thought she needed something, so I have her holding a string of buttons. And then I also did a coordinating strawberry, and I just need to make that into a little strawberry soon. I also did fancy carrots, or fancy carrot seeds by Stitching with the Housewives. I had started this one a long time ago, and it was just lingering, and I just finally thought, just get it done and over with so that you can decorate with it. So I made some pears. They're freebies from Santas and Samplers, I believe is the name of their blog. I found them on Pinterest. They have quite a few strawberries that they list for free. I had done Liberty Hill by, I think it's Silver Creek Samplers. And I had done this a long time ago and always planned on making it into a drum. But the only bad thing about a drum is sometimes you just don't see the whole thing. And so I decided I wanted to do some patriotic things in my hutch. And I just had gotten this little thing from the thrift store. And I thought, well, let's just try to do. And it didn't really fit laying flush. So I just put a cattywampus. Cattycorn. What a goofball. Anyhow, but I like how that turned out. I finished a little pillow from Sabrosa to go along with it. It was a freebie called 4th of July. I just left off the writing of 4th of July off. I just backed it with some velvet and some red, white, and blue buttons. So that was some of my patriotic stitching. I'm already running out of room. Okay. I had finished this one a while back, but never could find a frame to put it in. So I ran across this at the thrift store, just a little easel, and it had some kind of writing on it. I just put a piece of cardstock down to cover it up because I didn't want to paint. I don't like to paint. And so I just put a piece of neutral cardstock behind it so that it would kind of blend with my fabric. And so this is Summer Breeze by Prairie Schooler. So that was kind of fun to put out. Okay, and then let me, well, I have some frames here that I could do without pausing it. So, excuse me, I had done A Gentleman's Daughter by Plum Street. And so I just found a cheapy frame. If I find something better, I just really loosely laced it so that if I found another frame, it wouldn't bug me to take it apart. If I did, you know, like the wonderful lacing like Lori Holt does, where it's like every quarter of an inch or something, I wouldn't be taking that apart. So, but I'm not real crazy about the frame, so. But it's out of the box and it's up on my wall, and that's where we want things, right? Where we can see them. I had done, this is another type of deal where it's a real loose lacing, so it's not great, but it's up on my wall. So this is Rabbit Hollow Farm by Stacy Nash. And I did my own colors, just DMC, in just a cheap thrift store frame. That's how I roll. I meant to wipe off all the dust off of this one. Real life. I think I made it worse. I'll show that one in a minute. We don't want anybody thinking I have dust in my house. I did, let's see, Seasons of the Heart by Brenda Gervais, and this is the spring one. And I forgot to bring, I have the autumn one done and the summer one done, but I'm still working on the Christmas one, and it's still out in my basket, so I don't have those. Okay, so just a second. Okay, now I had done the stitching on this one a long time ago. This was by Plum Street, one of her older charts. I'm not exactly sure what it was called. I used a scrap piece of fabric, and so I had to make his tail a little shorter because he wasn't going to fit. But anyway, I just decided to make him into a little pillow this year. I also had done Spell of the Moon this year, and so I went ahead and made it into a pillow. I also had this one from Pinker and Pumpkin. It's a crock that she does, and it usually has a date on the crock, but I just wanted it to be simple. I just made it into a little pillow. And then I wanted to have kind of a bee theme in my hutch. So I had finished a bunch of, I had finished a bunch of the Hive Rules by Primrose Cottage. So I just kind of made them in some different sized pillows so that there'd be a little bit of variety. I made this one a little bit skinny. And then I just did some big X's along the seam. But they looked real cute together in my hutch. I also did another Pinker and Pumpkin freebie. I think it's called Hive Sampler or something like that. And then Melissa has some strawberries on her site for free, so I made a couple of those. Hive strawberry, and then I think this one was called Mary's strawberry. And I changed the colors. The flowers were supposed to be red, but I just did yellow, so it would kind of go with my bee theme. I also did Autumn Doodles by Heart and Hand, and just found a little frame at the thrift store. I also did a freebie from 2020 when they did Be Well and Stitch, I think was like the theme. And so this was one by Not Forgotten Farm, Be Calm. Sometimes when you tea dye stuff, it makes it look like you have a wrinkle on your fabric, but it's just the fabric. And then I also did this one from Pinker and Pumpkin, Hive Sweet Hive. Just put it in a little round frame from the thrift store. And then I did the little honeycomb basket from, I believe it's In Friendship's Way book by Blackbird Design. I didn't do their colors, I just picked my own kind of fall honeycomb colors. And then my friend Sherry that I met through this channel sent me the little basket. And so that went in my hutch too. So I think that's all my piles. Unless I covered over some. Like I said, I wasn't trying to say every little detail because unfortunately a lot of the linen or fabric that I use was gifted to me, and so I don't know a lot of the names of what the fabric was. Even if I was a good tracker of all of those specifics, I didn't even have it to start with. So and I usually pick my own colors, and a lot of times I don't write them down. I'm getting better. I finally have a printer or a copier in my house, and so I've just been trying to actually copy the legend because I hate to write all over my charts. I don't know why. I don't ever do anything with them afterwards, but and so I never want to write on my chart, but I've been making a copy of just the legend so that I can, you know, just feel free to write things down on that. And that way, if somebody has a question, I can just shoot them a picture of the legend. And anyway, I never did really get this one dusted off good, but I could stay, whoa, Marshall, whoa, whoa, whoa. My dog just came in, he can't see, and so he walks on my stuff all the time. I did Miss Baxter's house from Stacy Nash, and I got that into a frame. My original plan was always to paint the frame, which I haven't done yet, because this goldish color, sorry, he's turning around, there he goes. This gold isn't really, and this is real shiny, it's not really my aesthetic, but it fit in there good, and I think it was, you know, $3 or something like that. So just my speed. Okay, so I know that was really quick. I hope it was interesting. I tried to figure out how many finishes that I did, and so I think I came up with 47. So I was pretty excited with that number. Now granted, like I said, I didn't stitch them all in 2024, but I either stitched them or fully finished them. So I was excited. I still have quite a few things that I need to finish, and so I'm hoping to start whittling those away. Maybe try to have one weekend a month where I try to finish something. And hopefully when I do that, have it be more than one thing, to really, if I feel like I'm in that type of frame of mind. Because I feel like you have to be in that frame of mind to finish. It's a real hard thing to force yourself to do it, because if you're not in the mood, I find you're seldom excited about your finished product. And I mean, if you do all this stitching and spend all this time doing it, you want to be happy with the way it turns out. So, but anyway, I'm glad you joined me for my my finish parade. I hope something of it might have sparked some interest in you. Hopefully you have some of these charts in your stash, or even whips of your own, and you'll want to get them out and start working on them. I have had a slow start to stitching this year. I mean, I did 12 hours of it. Probably that's why I stitched all day New Year's Eve, and so I haven't really done much stitching at all on the 1st or the 2nd. So I've decided today I have to fix that, and I have to get at it. So I think I'm going to try to hurry and tape my next video idea, which is my whip go. And so I want to show what I worked on this year and show the finishes or the progress I made on last year's 12 by 12. So I hope you'll join me for that video too. If you're doing anything fun and you want to share it with me, my account on Instagram is LisaAbbey9137, and I love to chat with people on there and see what they're working on. So if you want to share something, or if you've done some of these and you want to share your progress or your finish, I'd love to see it. So have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on another one. Bye.